Geek Myths, a novel about life, love, and the pursuit of sonic screwdrivers. Available in paperback and Kindle edition from Amazon.
Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. This time recorded from the car park at work. Yes, I got a job. It's only week one. There's a 6-month probationary period for a start, but at least I have a job. But that's not what's important. You're obviously listening to this in order to hear me talk about the Moons of Vulpana. Main range release number 251 from Big Finish. Written by Emma Reeves. Yay, Emma Reeves! Starring Sylvester McCoy and Jessica Martin. This is the second part of, well, I've heard it called a trilogy of mags. Now, the problem is with this is that I kind of want more than 3 stories. I want Mags to hang around. And if she leaves at the end of the 3rd story, because let's face it, these things are written like a year in advance, possibly more, I want more. Possibly Mags meeting other doctors. She's a great character, performed brilliantly, and her and the 7th Doctor's relationship just works great. You could pair Mags up with practically any of the companions, so that's fine. So, although I'm classing this as a trilogy in my head, I'm really hoping that it's not, and that it goes further. Here's the synopsis. The Doctor has returned Mags, formerly of the Psychic Circus, to her native world, Vulpana. Not the savage Vulpana that Mags was taken from, but Vulpana in an earlier era, the Golden Millennium, when the 4 great wolf packs, each devoted to one of the planet's 4 moons, oversaw the height of Vulpana civilisation, a time when the noblest of families of Vulpana aristocracy found themselves in need of new blood. A golden age that is about to come to a violent end. Now, I love this. I just do. And to be fair, I kind of really like werewolf stories, okay? Everyone likes a werewolf story, everyone likes a vampire story, everyone likes those classic monsters. I kind of covered that in the last review of the main range. But Emma Reeves has given us what, on the face of it, and I hate to damn with faint praise because I'm an idiot for that sort of thing, but it's almost a run-of-the-mill story. And now that's not to say that it's a bad story by any stretch of the imagination. That's literally not true. It's a cracking tale. But when I was listening to it, I did get the feeling that the story was kind of over by episode 3. And yes, the resolution that happens in episode 4 does make sense. But it began to feel like the resolution would be bigger. That the threat from the external threat that's mentioned in the story. See, I don't want to give away storylines. I don't want to give away spoilers or anything like that. Might have been something else. I'm just being picky because I must admit I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's thoroughly enjoyable and tremendously well written and performed. Jessica Martin's characterization is superb. And yes, I love werewolves. You know what? Because some people out there are still listening to Game of Thrones, or watching it, or reading it, or whatever you want to call it. And that's going to be over soon. So if you're interested in some nice infighting, in some sort of pseudo-historical story, because let's imagine that this is sort of set in a historical Earth, but it's more of a, well, the werewolves are in charge kind of thing. So it's got more of a Twilight kind of a feel to it. No, that's not even honest as well. It's its own thing. Yes, it's got influences from other persons because it uses werewolf and lycanthropy and mad scientists, and it's got those, God forbid me for using the word tropes, but it's got those aspects to it. But they've all been finely tuned and tweaked to become something else, to become something of their own kind. It's tremendously well written. It's really well acted. And the idea of the actors and actresses, the cast being werewolves just works on audio. And of course, it's so much cheaper to do it that way. Yes, it costs a lot to do visual effects involving werewolves, and they're never quite as impressive. But on audio, the transformations just work. Really, what it is to be a wolf is examined here. And that's something completely afresh. Yes, we've seen it done elsewhere, but it's done better. And that I take my hat off to you all for. It's a great tale. It's got some brilliant aspects to it. And perhaps my small gripes are just that. Because once you've created a storyline that you need to fit with, well then that's it. That's your work done. You have to just fit in with that. You've got power-hungry mums, you've got weird science going on, you've got hidden rooms, you've got all of the classic aspects, and you can so see this being a season in between the end of Survival and the beginning of the 8th Doctor's run. As I was listening to this, I started thinking, yeah, he doesn't have a sonic screwdriver at this point, but he's got one in the movie. Perhaps there could be a series in Big Finish where he starts getting a sonic screwdriver or needs to establish all the parts to build one. Let's not visit Sheffield for that, shall we? Now, next time's story is called An Alien Werewolf in London, obviously referencing an American werewolf in London. And can I just say that is perhaps the single most glorious, twisted Doctor Who title going. I take my hat off to you. And that one's got Ace in it, which makes it even better. So with that, I'll play you the trailer and let you decide for yourself, where I'll return and probably talk about Doctor Who. I would think so. So until next time, be seeing you.
The 4 moons of Vulpana, 4 bright sisters dancing the night.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Moons of Vulpana.
The moons reduce us all to the level of beasts. We Vulpanans will never be at peace until we can withstand their influence.
Listen, again, boys.
That's a pureblood, a female.
One of our own is in danger.
If she's truly one of our own, she is the danger.
What did you mean by pure blood?
The breeding is unmistakable.
Here on Vulpana, breeding is the only thing of any real importance.
The Moon Day Festival.
There will be a moonlit soiree, games and hunting.
Do you think I should stay here? Is that why we came? She's behaving like a wild animal, but she looks human-like. But why?
Nobody knows. It just happens sometimes.
It's been happening more and more.
I will rip your throat out.
I will
Kill you! Stop it! Stop it now! This isn't you! You're wrong!
This is me.
We're surrounded! Dozens of them! Come on, man! Now!
Big Finish. We love stories.
As above, so below. People ruled not by each other, but by the moons themselves.
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.